Some people ask, who is Rebecca? Well, Rebecca is 5 foot tall, well, 5'9" tall, and has always been really skinny. And for the majority of my life, I have been bullied. In school, I got called Big Bird and Jolly Green Giant and Ski Slope and Overnose and Thermostat and you name it. They have called me all kinds of names in the book. And I've always been really thin, and I've always been made fun of for it. And I've been called anorexic and bulimic and, oh, she's just got done eating lunch. She's going to go in the bathroom and puke. Somebody go follow her. No, Rebecca just got done eating lunch. She's got to go pee before she goes back to class. That's what it was. I have never in my life had an eating disorder. My only eating disorder is I see food and I want to eat it. The chocolate, oh my god, love chocolate. The whiter the better. I love white chocolate. Milk chocolate is my next favorite. I do not like dark chocolate because I don't like the bitter flavor of it. I'm sensitive. I'm a Libra, but I have a lot of Scorpio traits because of the way that I was born, like where I was born and what sun and moon were in my rising signs when I was born. So there are aspects of my life that you can attune to Scorpio versus Libra and Libra versus Scorpio. So I am all about justice and making sure that things are done right and done right the first time, not the second, third, or fourth. So I am part of a type A personality. I have ADHD and I'm very OCD about a lot of things. So I get started on one topic and then like trying to get me set to stay on that one topic is very difficult. So you've got to keep bringing me back. So my ADHD gets involved. I love to roller skate, not rollerblade. I love to swim. I love horses. I've been around horses my entire life. I've lived in Florida my entire life. I've only left the state 4 times, and the last time was to graduate with my master's degree. I have what people would call a huge brain. I am a walking encyclopedia, as some people have called me, because if you ask the question, I most likely will know the answer. So I don't say things to people to be a smarty pants. It's usually because I know the answer and I want people to be informed and educated about things. I'm not trying to be some smart aleck or some know-it-all or whatever. It's just, I think everybody has a point in their life when education is the key. And for me, I've got 7 college degrees. I love to learn. Anything new that I can learn, I'm there. Buddy, I am so there. Just tell me when and where and I will be there. Learning new things is like, it's like fuel for my soul. And I love nature. I love going camping, and I'm not really big into hiking because there's nowhere to really hike in Florida because we're basically flat. So even though I live on a hill, the hill is very treacherous. It's got a lot of cars that don't do 35 miles an hour through it, as you can hear from the road behind me. It's very dangerous to go down this road. And it's my dad's chihuahua. Let's see, there she is. I bring her out here for a couple of hours and we come in the house, and then she spends about an hour and a half in the house, and then Dad takes her back outside for several more hours as he rakes the enormous amounts of leaves in the yard. See, rake side, not rake side. So we've been raking the leaves in the yard since, even though all these beautiful green leaves are up ahead, there's brown ones still falling, so they're all over the place. So my dad is going crazy trying to get all the leaves. He even came out and swept off the entire driveway the other day. But I love animals. I have always loved animals. I own a snake. Some people don't know that. I have a 24-year-old snake that is very uncommon. He is a cross between a Florida pine snake, which looks like a corn snake or a red rat snake, and a ball python. My science teacher from 7th grade ended up with him, and when she retired last year from teaching, she called me up and said, hey, I've got this snake. I'm trying to get rid of 150 animals, and the school won't let the new science teacher have them, blah, 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 and I have so many animals on my ranch now, I can't take care of what I've got. I just can't take care of any more of them. So I went down to the high school that I graduated from and picked him up, and he's been with me for a year now, and he's great. He is over 6 feet long. His name is Bully because they didn't really know what to name him because his mom was a bull python and his dad was a Florida pine snake. So we were very shocked because interspecies mixing between snakes is not common. It's very, if you talk to a herpetologist, they're not going to say that it's unheard of, but they're going to tell you it's really rare. So for those two breeds to actually mate, it is very, very uncommon. So I now have Bully. He is 11 years younger than I am. So it's kind of funny that I have a 24-year-old that sleeps in my room every night, and it's male, and he's 6 feet long. I mean, he's taller than I am. But he's got his space and I've got my space, and with 9 cats in the house with my dad loving cats, that it's one of those things. He's got to stay in his cage most of the time, and when I do take him out, I take him out and let him walk around the yard, and he loves it. So I do love my snakes, and a lot of people find that funny because a lot of people, especially girls, are afraid of snakes, and to fear something is a lack of knowledge. So for me, I fear a lot of things, like living in a whole other state. That for me would be fear because I don't know what it's like to live in another state. I've lived here my entire life. I've lived in Central Florida my entire life, and to live in another state, that's very scary. I know some of my family have lived in states like Alaska and North and South Carolina and Tennessee, and I have never thought to leave the state. It's always been one of those things that it was never on my plan to do, so I never really did it. But I love to ride motorcycles. I've been riding motorcycles for well over 21 years now. My dad put me on my first motorcycle when I was probably 4, and I was sitting in his lap driving one when I was about 8. I drove one back and forth to the middle school, which was at the time legal because it was 49 cc's, so technically it was called a scooter. That it was a Yamaha Jog. It was my first actual bike, and I absolutely loved the ability to get up and go whenever I wanted. I started working when I was 14, and I was able to drive myself to and from high school and to and from middle school and to and from the job. And then I volunteered at the local library as well as working. So I've always been really busy on the go. So right now where I am in my life, it's like, it seems like I've slowed down, but I run my own business. I own my own corporation. I keep my dad's house for him. Since he got into a car accident a couple years ago, he's not able to do all of the things that he used to do before, so I help out with all those things. And I just joined Team Beachbody, so I am working on getting physically fit and getting back into the physical shape that I was in before I got sick. And so far I've put on 12 pounds, which is fantastic for 3 weeks. It's been almost 4, but yeah, for 3 weeks putting on that amount of weight is, I can definitely see it, in my face. It's filled out quite a bit more. This part of my chest isn't quite as sunk in. When I look at my back doesn't sink in quite as bad. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the outcome is in, at the end of my 45-day trial, because I signed up for something that's 45 days long instead of 30 days, and then they've got the 90-day trials that you can do, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what my results are at 45 days, because I just took pictures last night, and it's just so amazing to see the change of where I am now versus where I was March 1st and where I was the week before that. So I will have to, what they say is put your same outfit back on and take pictures periodically so that you can see your growth, and I probably ought to do that tonight, since I've seen a big difference in how I look and a huge difference in how I feel. I'm coming outside every day. I'm spending several hours outside the house with my dad's dog and my cat Bub, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love just sitting out here and just chilling with the animals and watching the cars drive by too fast. So some of them I shake my finger at and tell them shame on you because they're driving 75 miles an hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. But it's just one of those things, people don't ever follow the rules. And but that's me, a little about me. So that's Rebecca. You can like it, you can lump it, and take me how I am. But if I'm going to change, it's going to be for me. It's not going to be for anybody else. If you don't like my long hair, I don't care. If you don't like my gray ones, those pretty white sparkly gray ones that I've got, I like those too. Think I need to color my hair? I was a beautician for over 10 years. If I wanted to color my hair, I would. I'm thinking about coloring it, but it's only going to be bits and pieces here and there, and it's only going to be to pep up whatever I want to pep up, and it's going to be on my terms. And I don't like following rules. For those of you that do know me, you know that I don't like following rules, and I don't like taking orders, and I try and do things by the book and by the legal way, and if there's rules, I like to read them, and I like to know what I can and can't do within certain parameters. So that is something about me that you will find. I am a very big stickler for the rules. So just some info about me, and I'm going to try and do more little video blogs like this that are a little bit more on the personal side, so that people can get to know me a little bit better. And a lot of people just think I'm some cold, hard person that doesn't have any feelings, and that's not true, because I do have feelings, and I am very uncold, and I am very open and accepting of people of all walks of life and all religions and all races and sexualities and cultures, and I have no problem with people being who they are, as long as you believe that that's what you need to be. More power to you. I mean, I think everybody has the right to their own heart, their own mind, and their own body. So for those out there that are still body shaming somebody over something as little as a physical appearance or something you put on your body, whether it's a piercing or a tattoo, then shame on you. There's so much hate in this world that is astounding. You guys need to open your eyes and look at the things that are miraculous and beautiful instead of looking at the negatives. I don't think people do that enough. I think people are so critical of everything else that they have stopped taking the time to smell the roses, and I think you do. I think you need to stop and smell every rose, every flower, everything that has a fragrance, whether or not it's a tree or a bush or a plant or a flower. Okay, don't go smell on people because that's just creepy. But I mean, the things that we can enjoy them while you can. If something smells nice, go figure out what it is. If somebody's wearing a perfume, you ask. Don't just be like, oh, I want to know, but I'm too scared. Get up and go ask. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared about. What are they going to do? Tell you to buzz off? Okay, too bad. Be like, I really like the smell of your perfume. Could you tell me what it is? It's as simple as that. They tell you, I'm too busy or something like that, or I forgot. Give them your name and number. Say, I'd love to know what that fragrance is, because I think it smells wonderful, and maybe that'll make their day, and maybe they'll call you and tell you what the heck it is when they get home, because maybe they did forget. But you know what? You'll never know without trying, and without trying and doing, what are you, a rock? So be a person, be a human, be an individual. Go be yourself. Scare people. I'm serious. Go be yourself. Be you. Be your true self. Be you. And people will either like you or lump it, And if they don't like you, then tell them to lump it. Because I don't think anybody should conform to be something they're not. So, go be you. Bye.